Hello viewers, welcome to the digital class of Udayanath Autonomous College of Science and Technology. In today's video, we will be discussing about the web technology paper. That means in our last video, we have already discussed what is web technology, what is browser, what is server, what is client and all these things. Now we will be moving how to design a web page, using which language we should design a web page. So to design a web page, we need HTML programming language. That means hypertext markup language is actually used for designing a web page, and then it is uploaded to the server and it is given to the clients. So after uploading it into the server, the clients can only see the website. So before moving to all the websites and uploading the things to the server, we should know how to design a web page. So we need to design a web page using the HTML programming language. So today's video will be about how to write a HTML program, what are the documentation of HTML programming language, what are the elements, what are tags, all these things we will be covering in today's video. So let's move to the topic, that is your HTML. So what do you mean by HTML? So hypertext markup language, that is HTML, is a main markup language for displaying web pages and other information that can be displayed in a web browser. So HTML is written in the form of HTML elements consisting of tags enclosed in angle brackets like HTML. You can see the HTML is written in angular brackets within the web page content. So HTML defines the structure and layout of a web document by using a variety of tags and attributes. The correct structure for an HTML document start with HTML head. Here, enter here what document is about. Next the body tag, and ends with a end body tag and end HTML. All the information you would like to include in a web page fits in between the body tag of the entry body tag and the closing body tags. So what do you mean by HTML? So HTML actually stands for hypertext markup language. That means it is a programming language which is used to design a web page. That means whatever web page we are designing, HTML help us to design the web page. So HTML is actually used only for designing purpose and not for transferring the data from one location to another location. It is only used for the designing purpose. So in HTML, we need the help of different elements, different tags, different attributes, which we will be combining and developing a web page. So all the details of what elements we are using, what tags we will be using, what attributes we will be using in HTML will be discussed in our today's class. So moving on to the next part of HTML, there are hundreds of other tags used to format and lay out the information in a web page. So tags are also used to specify hypertext links. These allow web developers to direct users to other web pages with only a click of the mouse on either an image or words. So HTML elements form the building block of all websites. HTML allows images and objects to be embedded and can be used to create interactive forms. It provides a means to create structured documents by denoting structural semantics for text such as headings, paragraph, list, links, quotes and other items. It can embed scripts in languages such as JavaScript, which affect the behavior of HTML web pages. That means HTML consists of a lot of elements, lot of tags and many more JavaScript programs which combine to form a web page. So actually HTML works by combining the structure of all these things. That means HTML has graphics, HTML can have images, videos, audios and each and everything, and they can be embedded through different elements and tags. So HTML does not work independently, it works by the help of elements, tags and attributes. So there are body tag, head tag, title tag and many other tags which actually describe the working of a web page. So all the working, all the links, whatever available on the web page, all the images that are available on the web page, all the audios, all the videos that are available on the web page are given or are structured through the HTML programming language. And to add all these things to the web page, we need the HTML programming elements and tags so that they can work together. So there are different attributes, there are different tags, there are different elements which has different functions in the HTML tag. So moving on to different elements or advantages of HTML. So first point is that it does not require any additional software to execute any code, which means there are no additional software or there is not a particular HTML software needed to execute any code of the HTML tag. That means we simply need a text browser and a web browser to execute the HTML codes. And the second point, different multimedia components can be displayed together in a web page. That means there is no restriction that we will be using a single multimedia component. That means we can add audio, we can add video, we can add text, we can add graphics, anything to a single web page using the HTML tag. Next, it is used with all the browsers. That means HTML can be executed in any of the browser. It has no browser dependency. That means it is independent of all the browser. We can use Mozilla Firefox, we can use Google Chrome, we can use Internet Explorer, we can use any browser to run a HTML code. Finally, it does not require prior knowledge of any programming language. That means to write a HTML program, we do not need any pre-programming language knowledge. We can develop by learning HTML directly as you are learning HTML from this video. So these are some of the advantages of HTML, which says that there is no software dependency. That means we just need a text editor, we just need a browser to simply type the code and execute in the browser. Second, we can add multiple multimedia components to a single web page. That means a web page can have only images or can have only the audios or videos. This will not happen in HTML. In HTML, we can combine a lot of components, multimedia components to a single web page. Third is that we can have no programming knowledge. That means we can learn the HTML as you are learning from this video. So HTML is very easy to learn. And the final point is that it supports all the browsers. That means every browser it is supported in HTML programming language. Now moving to the elements of HTML. So what do you mean by the elements of HTML? So HTML documents are composed entirely of HTML elements that in their most general form have three components: a pair of tags, a start tag and an end tag, some attributes within the start tag, and finally any textual and graphical content between the start and end tags, perhaps including other nested elements. The HTML element is everything between and including the start and end tags. Each tag is enclosed in angle brackets. The general form of an HTML element is here. So this is the general form of a HTML tag. So what do you mean by elements of HTML? So the elements of HTML represents all the elements or all the sub things that are included in a web page. That means the web page has some elements, some tags. The tags has some start tag and end tag. So all the parts which we need to function accordingly are to be enclosed within the start tag and end tag. So the elements, different elements are working together to create some different things in HTML. So HTML is a combination of different elements and tags which actually work together to form a web page. So the general form of HTML is given here. That is, here there is a tag. There can be attributes which are related to a particular tag. That means different tags have different attributes. So different attributes have different values, and this is the start tag and this is the end tag. So these things we will be discussing in the next slides. Next, some HTML elements are defined as empty elements and take the form as this type. That means there is no start tag and end tag. That means only in a single tag we will combine all the attribute values under it. Empty elements may enclose no content. For instance, the BR tag or the line IMG tag, the name of the HTML element is the name used in the tags Note that the end tag's name is preceded by a slash character. That means this is the starting tag and the end tag must have a forward slash, then the tag name as of the starting tag, and that in empty elements the end tag is neither required nor allowed. If attributes are not mentioned, default values are used in each case. So moving on to the elements of HTML tag. So every tag has two parts. That means a tag can be a container tag or an empty tag. If it is a container tag, then it must have a start tag and a end tag. So a end tag is represented by the forward slash and the tag name. So tag name remains the same, but the end tag must have a forward slash followed by the tag name. But there are some empty tags also, like BR tag, IMG tag, which does not have an end tag. That means we just simply have to put the tag code and it will work accordingly. So every tag is not necessarily a container tag, it can be a empty tag. So in empty tag we can represent the attributes, but there will be no contents within them. That means there will be no content within the body of the tag. That means the start tag and the end tag. It has only a start tag in which the attributes will be there. So these are the elements of a HTML tag. Next we will be moving what are tags in HTML. So what do you mean by tags in a HTML programming language? So a command inserted in a document that specifies how the document or a portion of the document should be formatted. So tags are used by all format specifications that store documents as text files. Tags are used to describe how the web page should be displayed. It determines the major structural components in a document such as headings, paragraphs, horizontal lines, etc. Generally a tag consists of a left angle bracket tag name and a right angle bracket. For example, HTML tag. So what do you mean by tags in HTML? So tags are, just say they are the commands of the HTML which are used for particular purposes. That means tags work according to the command. That means whatever command we want to give in a web page, that are represented through the tags. So tag is a special command which denotes different working in a web page. So there are start tag, there are end tag. So end tag is written by a forward slash followed by the tag name, which I have already told you. So the tags are enclosed within the angular brackets. That means if we are not specifying angular bracket, then the compiler may think that it is a content of the page. So whatever tag we want to give, we should give in an angular bracket so that the compiler will see that this is a tag. And every tag has a start tag and end tag, but there are some tags which has no start and end tag, they are the empty tags. So these are all about the tags. So tags are actually used for giving commands to the HTML page. Next, moving to the HTML document layout. So how to write a HTML web page? So an HTML document begins with the tag HTML. So this is a special tag which represents the starting of a HTML page and ends with the tag HTML. So this is the start tag of HTML and this is the end tag. You can see the HTML starts with HTML tag and it ends with a forward slash HTML. It also contains a header describing the title of the page and a body where the page content is located. The header is delimited by the tags head, starting head tag and end head tag. That means you can see head is the starting tag and forward slash head is the ending tag. The body is delimited by the tags starting of start tag and the end tag. You can see the example over here. So every HTML document starts with a HTML tag and end with a HTML tag. That means whatever code we will write, it must start with a HTML tag and must enclose with the HTML tag. That means every code and every element should be enclosed within the HTML tag. So HTML tag first has a section, that is your head section. So in head section, head tag is there, it has a start tag, it has an end tag. Similarly, there is a special tag which is called the title tag, which gives the title of a web page. So title has a start tag and a end tag. So this is the head section and this is the body section. That means whatever will be displayed in a web page is enclosed within the body tag. That means body tag denotes the page content. So here it has been written page content, and title tag denotes the title of the web page. That means whenever we are opening a web page, the title of the web page is shown what is written as the content in the title tag, and all the contents of the web page, that means the links, the images, the graphics, the audio, video, whatever you are seeing in the body of the web page is actually written in the enclosed body tag. That means this is the start tag and this is the end tag. And finally all the sections and all the elements are actually enclosed within the HTML tag. So this is the general document layout of a HTML web page. So HTML web page starts with HTML and ends with HTML, and all the sections are enclosed within it. So this is all about your HTML document layout. Next, moving to the next part, that are what are the other elements of HTML. So moving, first one is your HTML element. So what do you mean by a HTML element? So HTML element is used to mark the beginning and ending of the HTML document. It is the first element of every web page which indicates to the web browser that the page is an HTML document. That means, for example, syntax, it has HTML start tag and HTML end tag. So what do you mean by HTML element? So HTML element is actually the beginning and the ending of the HTML document. Every web page must start with a HTML tag. That means it must have a HTML start tag and it must have a ending HTML tag. That means all the codings, all the things will be written within these two tags, start tag and end tag. Then we have already discussed that the next part is your head element, which are already enclosed within the HTML element. So head element specifies the header information about the HTML document, such as title, keywords, etc. The contents written between the opening and closing tags of the head element is not displayed in the web page. That means the head element also starts with a head tag and ends with a closing head tag. So head element is actually written inside the head HTML element, which actually denotes the head section of the web page. That means the title of the web page is actually enclosed within the head element. Next, the next element is your title element. So the title element provides a title to a web page. The title of the web page is displayed in the title bar of the browser window. It is defined within the head element of the HTML document. The title of a web page can contain up to 64 characters. So you can clearly see that the title tag is enclosed within the head tag. That means first we have the HTML tag, in HTML tag we have the head tag, and finally the title of the web page is enclosed within the head section. That means whatever heading we want to give in a web page is enclosed within the head tag, but specifically if we want to give any title to a web page, then it must be enclosed within the title tag. It has a start tag and the end tag, and the title tag are enclosed within the head tags. Next is your body element. The body element provides content of your web page. It specifies the main content like images, text, background of the web page, alignment of the text, etc. in an HTML document. The body tag is written after the head tag. All other tags such as formatting tags, images, etc. are placed within the opening and closing tags of the body element. It has different attributes like background, BG color, text, etc. So finally, what are the elements of HTML? We have already discussed there are 4 elements. First one is your HTML element, which actually decides what codes to be written within it. Next comes your head element, which has the heading section of the web page. That means it contains a special element, that is your title element. So what do you mean by title element? Title element gives the title of the web page. So whenever you are opening a web page, it contains a title, and the title of the web page is actually written inside the title tag. So title tag is enclosed within the head section of the web page. Finally, we have the body section. That means the body tag denotes the body of the web page. That means whatever images, whatever background, whatever audio, video, whatever we are going to include in a web page, in the body of the web page, is actually written in the body section of the HTML tag. So body section is very much important because it contains all the coding that will be shown in the web page. So there are 4 sections, that is HTML section, head section, title section, and finally we have the body section. So these are all about the elements of a HTML tag. So these are all about the HTML tags, HTML elements, HTML attributes, which we will be learning in our next videos. So before moving to each and every element of tags, we must know what element is, what tag is, what attribute is, and how to write a HTML document. So in today's video, I hope you have understood all the things which are related to a HTML document, how to write a HTML code, and what are the elements of a HTML tag, and how to write a program in HTML. So till then, thank you.